everybody. Come on in the room. It's your boy, Pastor Jonathan Hatten, and I'm here with my co-host.
Absolutely. Deacon Saul is in here. We're back. Imagine that.
We're back for the second episode of the MountCast. We pray that your week has been wonderfully well. We have uh, had a very good week starting Sunday. Um, and I'm going to let Deke tell y'all about what happened Sunday because the Mount was on fire.
Oh yeah, we were definitely on fire. We had the outstanding concert choir from Ramsey High School, Ramsey Rams, who we are both tied to them by the hip. I graduated from there, and you are instructor there. So, but I tell you that the spirit definitely filled the place. The choir stands were full. The spirit was high. We had everything you could ask for Sunday as far as a worship experience. So it was by far an event that we need to figure out how we can capture that again for sure.
Absolutely. Um, the energy was so high.
Yes.
Um, and I guess young people just bring it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, man, the spirit was so high and heavy. And the gospel songs that they sung was like
Right
right on
on, right
time.
on, right on time, right on point. And I tell you, just the magnitude of them coming in, and people just kept coming. So it was beautiful. I mean, just it took us a little time to get everything arranged for them. We had no idea that they were going to be that large, but they just kept coming. But they filled the place, and they did their thing. The director and our musician worked together seamlessly, and it was a beautiful experience.
It was. And so much so as I looked up, man, I couldn't do anything but smile.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was
Very
I,
proud
I,
moment, I'm
I was
sure.
definitely proud. Unfortunately, Dr. Walker couldn't be here, but she did watch
Yeah, yeah,
on the live, and man, it was just absolutely amazing
yeah.
to see the young people in church on a Sunday representing their school
Hmm.
and also representing our Christ.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
and I have fielded so many conversations and calls
Yeah,
since
yeah.
that day, man. The members were super excited.
Hmm.
Uh, if anything has ever happened like that here, um, as far as like that type of
No,
choir.
not in my tenure. Not coming from a high school, bringing it like that. No, I hadn't seen it since I've been
I
here.
had, and really, it was a thing that we've been trying to do for 3 years.
Right.
And
Wow.
every time the calendar that we have, the calendar that the school has, is because usually they're doing their state,
Okay. Okay.
and so it just never materialized. But uh, okay, thank you so much, Deuce. Um, and so all right, how about that, Deuce? If you'll let me know. Thank you so much for the feedback. We're trying to get
Yeah,
this
trying to get it all
podcast
together.
off
Yeah.
the ground here in the space of the church. But yeah, so seeing it come together and come to fruition, 3 years in the making, and it couldn't have been a much better start. So he has pretty much co-signed to agree that there's something we can do quite frequently, and
Excellent.
I'm also looking now because I told the students I kind of got in a little trouble. Y'all sung so good. You got your teacher in trouble. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
a little trouble because we're here in the area
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
two nice high schools,
Right.
very well put together, very well structured, excellent leadership, and we're down a few blocks from Jackson Olin. Half of the congregation, if not most, graduated from JO.
Right. Right.
And and their choir hadn't been here. So.
Yeah, yeah. And then talk about the minor tigers on the
And
other
then
side.
we have Minor Tigers right up the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
And they hadn't been here.
They hadn't been here. Yeah, so
we got work to do.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I can imagine what would happen if we had all three of them at the same time, just in full concert.
Ooh, that looks good right there. I'm claiming that. Right
Yeah,
now. I don't know
yeah.
how the space is gonna work, but God gonna work it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, if anybody out there can help us connect those dots, we would love to make that happen. That would be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, man. So I want to say to Mr. Banks, thank you. Thank you for sharing those babies with us. Thank you for taking the time to get them here. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you
Definitely.
for everything that you do to pour into those scholars like you do. Brother, it showed on Sunday. You should be peacock proud of them as well. I know I am, just as a faculty and as a colleague of yours, but listen, that is something to behold. Oh,
Yeah.
so Pastor Solomon says the Mount has hosted Parker and J.O. in concert in the past.
Okay, well, let's do it again.
Well, we got to do that again. So he
Let's
said
do
Parker.
it again. Parker, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have to add and replace Parker with mine.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Pastor Saul, and good afternoon to you, my big brother and my spiritual father. I pray that all is well with you and yours. We see we got Deuce Solomon in the house as well.
Oh, yeah.
So what's up, Newt?
Yeah.
Hope that your day has been wonderfully well. Deke, we got to talk about last week, man, because I've heard so many good things since we did this venture, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you've received any feedback, but
Man, major feedback to the point where people want to show our original podcast to their deacons ministry.
Yeah.
They want to use it in a classroom setting where pastors are learning how to become pastors. The conversation, man, was deep, transparent, and the audience could see that and feel that. And it spread wide, man. I don't know what the last views look like. I know the numbers were going. I mean, when it got over 500, I was like ecstatic. But I'm sure we got at the end of the day, we got past that. The YouTube viewership was up as well. So I'm just glad that people could kind of buy into the vision we have as far as the building of pastor and deacon relationships, and apparently we hit something. Yeah, apparently we hit something, so that's good.
So right now we're at 856 in viewership.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Out the box with that. That's excellent.
That's doggone good.
Yeah.
And I think our goal here. So before we go any further, do us a single solid, right? I want you to hit the like button, and then I want you to hit the share button. Share this to your page, so your audience. I see Pastor Saul is on here. Maybe one of your deacons or one of your members can grab a hold to it and share it to their page. We want to try to get this type of communication, this type of platform, a way to do something that needs to be done in the body of Christ, and that is deacons and pastors working in unison and working collectively and collaboratively instead of competing. So our aim,
That's the bottom line.
Praying and starting this vision, one of our aims was to let the world see how we evolve,
Right.
and how we started. And so we shared that with you on last week. So go back and catch that first episode so you won't be lost, right? But we're going to piggyback there and just pitch our tent, kind of where we left off last week. And then we're going to kind of share out some new stuff for this week. First things first, man, how do you feel after doing your first podcast?
Man, I was excited then, and I'm even more excited now. The opportunity to get to get it out there, and the flow that we created, the vision is is coming spot on. So I think for a first time out the gate, it was great. The jitters are gone, and it really wasn't jitters because these are conversations that we have all the time, and that's what got us to this point. So we go from there to now we're here. The amount of things that we've been able to accomplish together, and just learning the whole piece, right? Learning our roles, kind of redefining them a little bit, to the point where it's more than just church, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we start sharing books, reading books together, bouncing stuff off each other, and it's all about kingdom building, but we gotta sometime as deacons and pastors, we get so caught up with our own agendas that we forget the true agenda, right? The only agenda as a church should have, and that's to draw people to Christ. Right. That's why I was so excited about our Sunday experience and kind of piggybacking off of our MountCast, because not only did we have the choir in here that did an outstanding job, but their parents were here.
Absolutely.
So the whole point that we do anything is the ministry experience.
Right.
So if we can create more things of that nature, get more support. Those were parents who hadn't been to our church before, so they got to experience the Mount, and that's what we want, so that we can grow.
And to that point and to that end, on Monday when I got to work, I was standing outside my door for duty, and one of the young ladies I do not teach walked up to me, that was in the choir, was here, and we had a conversation. But there were two things she said that really stood out in the midst of that conversation. Number one, she says, "I really enjoyed your sermon, and my mom and I talked about it on the way home." Right. The second thing she said is, we were at a couple of churches before. We've been to a couple of churches before, but your church has a lot of old people, but
Yeah.
I can sense the community.
Right.
When
Right.
she said that, I said, good. That means that we're moving in the
We're
right
moving it,
direction.
yeah.
And so that sense of community helps to draw people.
Right.
I think when we come in on a Sunday, if you're not careful, you can easily make it about you. And when you make it about you, you lose sight of what it's really all about, and that is Christ. Making everyone else a part of the experience and coming together. That's what the young church in the first century did. It wasn't about ego. It wasn't about anything. It was all about coming together as one. And because they did that, that community was able to grow exponentially.
Yeah.
And so what we want to do is we want to duplicate that model church. And so that's been one of my goals, is to bring a sense of community. And just to hear that from a sophomore,
it's very inspiring.
It made everything worthwhile. So
it fell right into place from that standpoint. And one of the things that we did too that I like when you're talking about building community, and just one of the things that you push is allowing the Spirit to have His way. We try to sometimes as churches, Baptist churches, since that's the only one I've been in, we can get so regimented in what we do till it's I don't want to say it's robotic. You just do things because that's the way we've always done it. But in order for us to grow, you have to allow the Spirit to grow as well. So you got to kind of move away from, it's got to be this, and allow the Spirit to move. And that's the experience we had Sunday.
Yep. Because even and I got what you're saying, like the order of service.
Yeah.
We did it this way for so long. Sometimes if you try to change it at all, you can get a little pushback from some of your seasoned saints.
Right.
we didn't have a program.
Right, and that was the
just
beauty
had
of it.
church.
Yeah, so we kind of moved in tune with the spirit because we had to be able to accommodate the choir to make sure that they sung the songs that they wanted, but everything just played out where it was supposed to.
Yep.
And that's what made it so genuine and made it so real.
Yep. And from young to old, everybody was just amazed, and to shed light on what we're doing here in this space. It's just something new to get in front of more people,
Absolutely.
to tell more people about our Christ. And so that's the whole purpose of the podcast, is to share our story and let people see the real and the raw of our lives and our relationship, and how it went from silence to superior communication, and to really to levels that I really never thought of having with a deacon.
Right,
Just to be
right,
honest with you,
yeah.
like, because most people tell you to do one thing,
Yeah.
or most people advise you.
And then by tradition, you as a deacon, you're programmed, from my standpoint, you're programmed to be, you got to be this way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's got to be like this. So it's, again, it's almost scripted to the point where our whole mission is to be available and to take care of our church.
Right.
But it's a shared thing, and it's not so much this is how it's got to be. We want what pleases God and what's best for our people.
Absolutely.
That we are responsible for. And that's a big thing that my dad would always push to me. He say you can do all those things that you trying to do as a church or whatever, but at the end of the day, your responsibility is right here in the house, to God and to those members. So if you're not doing that, which was his point, what are you open for? What are you doing? Yeah. So we want to definitely get back to that kind of standard.
And kind of like a back to the basics.
Yeah.
We've added, that is, when I say man has added so much, and it's taken away so much.
Right.
By adding to what we think it looked like then. And it's really, really, really hard to duplicate the first century church in style, but it's not hard to duplicate the substance.
Absolutely.
Right. And the substance that they had was, one, the main thing was the main thing. And that is, we all in this together.
Right.
Because see, at that time, it was them against the world. We don't have that mentality now. Instead of us against the world, it's us against us. Because of the structures and the systems and the rituals and the customs, we kind of pit each other against each other, young and old, and men and women, and there's so many systems and structures that it becomes divisive, I believe.
Yeah.
And so it just felt really good not to have a program, not to have nothing printed, not spending any money, this, that, and the third, and just to have church.
Yeah.
It felt so liberating.
Yeah. And on that note, Pastor, one of the things that you've done or help implement after our conversations, if we talk about the book that kind of inspired where we are today, Let Them by Mel Robbins, just looking at how that book and the conversations we've had have impacted our church. The genesis for this whole MountCast and everything kind of developed the more we read that book and shared our thoughts together, realizing that we're not going to always agree.
Right.
And I'll let you have your opinion and you let me have mine, and then at the end of the day we'll work out and see what's best. But that willingness to give each other space, give each other room to disagree but agree that we're trying to build this church. That's where we are. And that's how we got here this evening.
And to your point, that's like one of the first things she says in the first chapter is like learning to control your controllables.
Right.
And it's hard. I believe a lot of people in the body of Christ want to not only control what they can control, but control other lanes.
That's where we are.
And so my Pastor Williams used to say all the time that just stay in your lane. If you could just stay in your lane, and if you stay in your lane, there will be no accidents. Well, sometimes those lanes do kind of cross over,
Right.
Sometimes they're shared lanes, and so what I think about the book, and about the book study, and about the Bible study, and the conversations, what I think is not only has it helped to transform us in this relationship, but I've heard and I'm seeing the transformation amongst the people. And, Bible study now is a fellowship, right? We actually eat before Bible study. We have people that rotate, volunteering, donating to make it happen. It's been so refreshing.
Yeah.
To have that, and all of them that come have pointed out that this book has literally opened my eyes. Right?
Yeah, it was the book, but what I like to give you your flowers on is we had the book, and it's it wasn't I mean, when you read it, you can take we realized that it had biblical principles, but the thing that we were able to do in Bible study, as you brought out the actual scriptures that kind of verified or kind of let you see the approach that she was taking when she was writing the book. So on those nights when we're actually reading the book and then you give the scripture behind it, that just made it all fall into place where people can like really understand that as the body of Christ, this is where we should be.
Right.
Yeah. So this is not new. It's she's saying it in a different way in the book, but it's been said before. It's in the Bible. Let me read you the scripture so we can kind of help the words that we read in that book stand up.
Yeah. That was probably the most challenging piece.
Right.
Trying to make it fit to the context, and then making sure that, biblically accurate with what she's saying, meshing them together. But it was also the most rewarding for me as a person, as a pastor. But just seeing how it grew, it took off and had legs, really speaks to the volume that she didn't say anything new in the book.
No.
She only said it in a way that got your attention.
That's it. That's it.
If you have not, I want to give a shout out to everybody who came, but if you have not, listen to me. We want to bless your life tonight. The book that we're speaking on is called The Let Them Theory, and the author is Mel Robbins. And the book is an easy read, but it's going to totally, literally be the game changer for you. I call it the new quarterback to my book stash. It has everything you need from accepting, being courageous, and what I think the most important piece is the wisdom.
The wisdom, for sure.
Acceptance is kind of where I think we birthed. Being able to accept others as well as yourself, and I think that's probably the most critical piece to healthy deacon and pastor relationship. Accepting, number one, your role.
Right.
What is your role in the body of Christ? And then, as we talked about last week, that was one of the questions. Once you know your role, first you got to know your role too, and then accept that role. So if you have an aim and a goal to be in the pulpit,
right,
you need to be pursuing that. These are not. That's not that role. And so,
well, you safe here, Doc.
I'm safe.
I haven't heard nothing from nobody. You very safe with that.
I heard a couple prayers.
You safe with that from this side of the table. That's all you, my man.
I heard a couple prayers. I'm trying to get my license.
No. God has already called several Solomons, so he gonna let me stay over here on this side. I'm good. Carry on. Yeah. That's for sure.
How can, man, like, if you had to, because I think a lot of deacons feel that they have to actually make sure the pastor knows his role.
Correct. Correct.
Why do you think that is?
Well, and man, I'm just hearing my dad speaking to my ears. So, one thing we have to remember about deacons in the older deacons, the ex-slave deacons in the Baptist church is that we were in a position in society where the only place that they could come and be somebody was the church. So, out on the street, you're a boy, you're this, and you're being, cast aside because of the color of your skin. But on a Sunday morning, they could come into the church house, and now you're no longer him. You are a deacon. I'm Deacon Solomon when I come in here.
Gotcha.
You better recognize. So that stigma, that power, because of our ex-slave mentality, it poured into the church, and that's where all of these stigmas develop from in the black church.
Wow.
And it's concerning because if you look at the Baptist church and you look at the success of churches that have gone non-traditional and their growth. So you're like, well, what is what is in that sauce that they're inspiring this movement, right? So they're kind of in their non-traditional ways, they moved away from how things used to be, right? So they expand on, this is what we need for now.
Okay.
Not so much this is what we did 50 years ago.
Wow.
So that allows them that space.
Wow.
And that's why they are snatching up and definitely getting the younger people, because a lot of younger people don't really care about what happened in 1970. Yeah. In 1970, you didn't have hip hop gospel artists. In 1970s, you didn't have a lot of the things that we're living in with today.
Right.
And and from a music standpoint, from just a way to inspire, from we got the youth church over here, we got we got whatever you need right here, the couples ministry over here, we have all these, they have all those things to offer, and that attracts, and that's how they grow. So as a church, a Baptist church, we have to figure out how can we capture some of that audience and let them know that it's all right, to come where your daddy went to church. It's okay.
It's okay.
We hear you and we see you.
Yeah,
we see you. That's the part right there. So are we seeing them? And that's the piece where, as a church and as a leadership in the church, we have to do better.
Wow.
Yeah, we have to do better in order to grow.
You pieced that together really well. And so as I think about that, and as we lead into these few questions, as I think about that, how much do you think the Baptist church, because that's our context,
Right.
how much do you think the Baptist church and the fights from leadership has spilled over to cause the lack of progression?
Oh man, yeah.
Right.
It's no doubt, because to a fault we are so stuck on this is how it was and this is what we used to, that we lose sight of where we are now. So we, from our judging of people, how they come into the sanctuary,
Okay.
from the songs, the music they like to hear. If I laugh sometimes, because if people knew what was on you and I playlists,
Right.
they would really be like, "Oh, we might." we might be in a certain level of trouble there, Pastor Dave.
We wouldn't be standing with the mic.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? So in order to, distinguish things like that,
Yeah.
from music, which is a big part of the church, to the other things that we do, it's You know, and at the end of the day, you gotta, in order for us to grow, you gotta let people be themselves. And that was one of the things I learned in the book, is that we have to let them be themselves. And just one of the points that you made in Bible study is that in order for you to love your church members as you should, you got to develop a serious level of love for yourself.
Absolutely.
The self-care piece, if you think about it, how much has that been taught in the Baptist church? Loving yourself.
I don't think much.
And see, and
And
that's
I
where
think
we fall short.
I think that's a big mistake for us. Teaching the people that come to that's under our care as the under shepherd, making sure that you are operating in not only your identity and purpose is
Right.
key to the whole kingdom aspect.
Absolutely.
And I didn't have that foresight and insight 10 years ago when I started ministry. Because I think we were taught or misinformed, or maybe I'm gonna say incomplete. That loving yourself was almost the opposite end of the humility needed, or of the godly principle of treat yourself a certain way, but you serve everybody else. But you cannot serve nobody empty. And so
that's it.
something started clicking for me about a year and a half ago, to like pouring out so much, and then I'm not getting poured into.
Right.
So when at the end of the day, if I'm strong for everybody else, and if I'm that person to everybody else but me, I've cheated myself.
Right. Right.
And
right.
I just don't see God doing that. So it led me to Matthew's gospel, and it led me to the golden rule. It led me to the two commandments. And I said, and really looking at it in context and really breaking it down, we've gotten the structure wrong.
Yeah.
We've taught to put ourselves last, but really we're God, you, then them, because I can't love you correctly
Right.
if I don't love myself correctly.
That's right.
And I think that is the launching pad that also I learned through that book study. Because she talked about it a lot. Like, I can't change you,
Right.
but I really can't change none of it if I don't have a healthy estimation of myself.
right,
I don't
right.
even know what I like or don't like yet.
Yeah, yeah, you have to. And one of the profound things for me is that not only showing love to yourself, so that you can show love for the memberships or for your fellow man, is that if you don't have, if you're just so worn out and giving out and you're not taking nothing in, what are you really giving to them?
Yeah.
So so again, instead of pouring from your heart, for some people, you might be just showing up in a hospital room and just following a script,
Yep.
instead of just meeting them at the point of their needs, praying and letting the Spirit take over, instead of just, this is what I got to do. I'll be here 2 minutes. I'm gonna read this scripture, and then I'm gonna say the Lord's Prayer and I'm out of here, instead of really loving yourself enough to love them in that moment, right? And that's and we get pulled a lot of different ways, so it's easy as leaders, and especially you as pastor, with all the stuff that's coming in, and everybody wants you to be you got to be here for this, and you got to be here for that, and so, and it's like I ask you all the time, how do you do it? When do you find time to to get that balance to pour into yourself? So, like, I know you read a lot of books. Well, I mean, when you're reading them at night by candlelight, or trying to figure out, that time management piece.
And that's huge. Actually, man, Pastor Saul told me that maybe year 3. Because I asked him that question.
Yeah.
Because being bivocational makes it even harder.
Definitely, yeah.
But I think for me, brutally blunt and honest, and being as transparent as I in my real and raw transparency, for me, I didn't have the right boundaries at first. So I had to grow and learn this. So I learned it and I grew into it. But it took me a while because I was trying to be everywhere. I was trying to not let nobody down. I was trying to make it over here and make it over here. And I was trying to do all of it.
Right.
Like I literally tried to do it because a part of me, that's how I'm wired. But then there was a part of me that learned this is not manageable.
Right.
Or is it realistic long
Right.
term?
Right.
You're gonna burn out. You're gonna crash out. So for me, learning to prioritize, learning to say no,
Yeah. Yeah.
and sometimes the hardest no is to me. So I don't know how I did it that long,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that I stopped.
Yeah. And I think about when we were going into this year, and we were talking about our visions for this year, and then I jokingly said to you, well, one of my visions is that we have less meetings, because man, I mean we it could get to a point when you're meeting just to meet,
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, Doc, can we cut out? Can we let this thing breathe a little bit so we can gather our thoughts before we have another meeting? So all of the meetings. So if people want to know, that's why we're not having as many building fund meetings. So it was getting to a point where I was meeting on Monday. Then we got to make sure we Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, now we got Thursday open. Let's have a meeting. So we kind of moving away from that. But you can only move away from those meeting settings is when you have more communication, Doc.
I just had a flashback.
Yeah, I know you did. I have them all the time. You wake me up in the middle of the night. I know exactly. We're probably saying the same flashback now. Yeah, and if you recall some of our meetings, my God. And then we get in the meeting, a meeting that starts at 6, and I got my wife looking at me, and I'm coming in the house at 10 o'clock, and I'm trying to explain why I've been at church. How do you what y'all had to talk about for 4 hours that y'all couldn't get together? And so it just got to be to a point where I had to, as the leader, say, hey. We are at 7:45. It's over. Whatever we got. If we can't do it in an hour and 45 minutes, we'll have to meet.
Yeah.
I say I gotta have a full vote if we go past this. So everybody will have to be 100% that you want to go past this, and for us to continue the meeting, and that's where it had to go, because and then you got the deacons ministry. I mean, with the trustees, you got all these meetings, and then they start piling up, man. And then when is the time for us? When is the time that we can rebuild?
Think of my head.
Yeah, but you know where we were. So just getting away from that was monumental.
Man, listen, and I'm laughing for 2 reasons, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you the first reason. So very early on, I was saying, y'all meet too much. I was saying it, and I was like, nobody was listening.
Yeah.
But that first one y'all had me here to like 9, I
Man,
said, you know what? I see them in 1 o'clock. And so I stopped going every month.
Right.
Literally had to tell y'all by action no. And it was because nothing was getting done.
right.
They were long nothings. And so for some of the guys, that's their only meaning of the month.
Right.
Some of us, we got to go to the one next.
Right.
And then one, and I said, no way, I'm not doing this. And so, the other piece was I became the meeting,
Correct. Yeah.
and I'm sitting here, I'm like, it's like I said, yeah, my part at the bottom. So why am I?
Why you keep?
So in my head,
Uh-huh.
in order to function, in order to do my job, in order to operate with excellence, I said I had to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I got out of both groups.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
I totally
'Cause it's like,
understand.
I got to protect the little bit I got.
Right.
And it may have come off the wrong way, and my method may have been wrong.
But that's
I-
where it was, though.
I do
You
not-
were at that point.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like, hey, let me take care of the little bit I got. And so, I know no one could understand at the moment, but it became to a point where I wanted things to get done,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew that as long as I was there, nothing was gonna get done. So I removed myself, and then I started branching out with you
Right.
and the two chairs.
Right.
I started just saying, okay, I'm coming this way.
Yeah.
I come back.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Um, And I didn't understand it then, but it worked.
Yeah. But
Because
it's
you were able to navigate now.
Mm-hmm.
745 is beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, and you were able to do that because y'all were able to handle business without my presence.
Right. And it and in order to get to that point is, you have to I had to think about myself. And I was, just to, you say the meeting is about you. I was having problems gaining control of the meeting that I'm presiding over. So when I started thinking about that, I'm like, well, hold on now. I'm presiding over this meeting, and I'm having difficulty getting it to order or getting us on the same page. So again, I had to take a look at myself and say, well, you can't continue down this road. So what are you going to do to change? So that's when we changed the agendas. We have those topics that can't be substituted, like our teaching moment, making sure that we getting some Bible in this meeting, because that's the whole purpose that we're here, and making sure that we the membership and condition of our membership, if we got any concerns, those are now at the forefront, instead of now we meeting on finances or this. We're gonna make the real thing from the top, which kind of sets the atmosphere for the whole meeting now. So now, surely, after you talked about God and you talked about the needs of your membership, we can't be cussing each other out, because we already invoked.
Yeah. He here now.
He here now, so he here now. So surely we ain't gonna cuss each other out tonight, because we invited the Lord into the space. So, man, but that just came with them hard learning, man, and a lot of it is based off conversations that we had, and that we knew, in order for us to get where we're trying to go and do the things we want to do, we got to change.
Some got to give.
Yeah.
So we were able to talk it through, work it through, pray it through, and now I guess y'all don't get in trouble no more.
No, man.
See, I wasn't there, and I ain't want y'all wild to be looking at me.
Right.
I wasn't there, y'all. I promise.
Yeah, we have laughter
and that's important.
And
that's really important.
And then the fellowships that you push.
Yeah.
That helped a lot. Going away from the church.
Absolutely.
Eating and stuff together. That definitely help build the relationships that we're having from our ministry now.
And what was interesting, it was kind of like I said, some Chinese the first time.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it was because we were handling the business, but I was like, the business gonna always be there.
Always be there, yeah.
But one of the things that I believe that I don't know if brothers do enough, learning each other, learning the heart of each other. gives you so much understanding to where if something does come up where it's, kind of chaotic or conflict, you're able to see past what they're saying because you know their heart. And at the end of the day, emotions rise up, feelings get involved, but at the end of the day, I know his heart.
Right.
I've seen him outside these walls. We can put up some real shows and some real performances inside the church, but when you get away, you get to see that person who they are. You get to, and to me, that understanding is part of the relationship that got us to this point. I see you in two lights, right? And it to me it helps. So if it's one thing that I would encourage pastors and deacons to try to do, I don't know if your budgets allow it, but budget or plan at least quarterly fellowships.
Absolutely.
Outside of your church walls, whether that's just going to somebody's house and watching a game, but we don't have enough of that from the top.
Right.
Now we do it in, our senior circles, and all the little ministries. And to me, as I look at those ministries now, they're so tight.
Right.
Like when somebody passes away, they're the first to respond. So, and I think it was Pastor Beavers that said this. It was Pastor Beavers. He maybe 2017, 18. And one of his visions was to grow the church, right? He says, as we grow larger, we have to be intentional about growing smaller. And it really stuck with me. And then I watched how they started, their small groups were bigger. Those small groups are key. And to me, that's one of the small groups. The deacon board and the trustee board, it's a small group ministry. And if you treat it always about business, sometimes the mission gets lost, right? Because the business is only there because of the mission. Right.
And we were we're challenging ourselves to do all these things, but the main challenge is still the main challenge, and that's bringing folks to Christ. Whether we're in this building right here or we're in another building, but at the end of the day, the sole purpose for the whole conversation is to bring them in. And then I remember the conversation we were having when we were talking about going to another facility, a larger facility, and then we just really had that hard look in the mirror as to do we want to take our present spirit that we have now and put it in a larger building. If we're not building ministry and outreach now we got a facility 4 or 5 times larger than this one. How are we going to now say, well, we're just going to wave a magic wand when you're in a new building, so go out there and get some people to come and help pay for this, and let's make sure all these classrooms filled with students, Now the building, that's when the light, and you had said it on several occasions, but it took me until I had that moment, and I'm looking like, in order for God to manifest the things that He's promised us, well, in order for Him to make it happen, what is going to be our level of commitment to Him, being thankful for the place that we have, and the souls that we're saving now. What are we doing now to show Him we're ready? And that was pivotal moment.
And I think I've said that at least every year.
Yeah.
Because again, Christ gave the purpose of the church. If you follow the manual, growth happens.
Right.
I remember, I remember your brother, my pastor, spiritual father, sharing with me about that growth track here. And I asked him to help me with some sermon prep. And out of that sermon prep, we ended up in Acts 2. And listening to his insight, one of the things that he said was what I kept telling you all, which was the insight. It was just a new twist on it. Like, I don't care how big the building is. I don't care how big your teaching broadcast, your platforms. I don't care about none of that, because at the end of the day, if you don't have people to sustain it,
Oh yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So, and I want to say he said it in a way like, build the people, and then the people will build the building.
Mm-hmm.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
And
yeah,
if he's
yeah,
still
makes
on,
sense.
He can kind of shed light on that. And we were just kind of doing alliteration and things of that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really pointing to me very early on, and it helped me to set one of my vision statements
Mm-hmm.
and one of my purpose statements, which is people first,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh yeah.
And even when and if people is first, then God is always centered.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of saying God, people, like God is the center of everything we
Right.
do. He's in our choir, he's in our deacon ministry, and if he's the center, I take him wherever I go. But it's always people first, people focus, and that gives you purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe
that's good. Yeah.
I believe that one of the problems that many churches, especially Black Baptists, have is because we become so committed to the wrong purposes.
Mm-hmm.
We become committed to the budget. We become committed to the building. We become committed to the money or to this, but committed to the God and his word and to the people that he gives you to service and to serve. It's gonna always pay dividends. In the words of, it's gonna always bring fruit.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
if you're not doing it now,
Oh yeah.
how do you expect to do
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just
yeah.
because you get a new place?
Yeah.
Like,
So people first.
people first.
God is the center.
God at the center.
And so if you're taking care of the people, God is the center, and then all what should happen or what should manifest from that is, now that you're in alignment with the people and you're in the word and you're with God, now the strategy to do those things that you want to do should become more easier,
Yeah.
and it should come in a strategic way, that not only do you have the physical, but you're not leaving the spiritual behind. So that's very good word on that, Doc. Very good word.
And because you have more people. See, it's kind of like Sunday.
Yeah.
The energy was high because more people was bringing it.
Right.
And so
right.
the more people you can get hands on into your ministry, the healthier your ministry becomes.
Mm-hmm.
And what we know about anything that's healthy, it grows.
Right.
Whether it's your plants, for my flower people, if you got a flower when it's healthy, it's gonna grow. Our children, if they're healthy, they're gonna grow. Your ministry, it will only grow to the capacity of its health.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if the people are healthy, meaning spiritually, emotionally, physically healthy, and they're being fed, they're gonna want to serve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of having, your famous 10 people serving, we're able to move and do ministry at a greater magnitude because you have more people to do it with.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the same, because it gets taxing.
Yeah, it gets taxing. And with that, Doc, we have such a volatile conversation going. I think we can kind of shed light and try to come to an end, because you and I can go all day. I want to actually bring up a question off the script that we always have ready, but we never use.
Never use.
Yeah. So, but I think that this question or this approach will kind of help us get some nuggets out of it. So, Pastor, what advice would you give to church leaders about handling disagreements without damaging relationships?
Ooh, loaded. Okay.
So where would we start? Because we're gonna have, and we've experienced this. So what have we learned from those experiences that might help us to grow even more?
Learn each other, love each other.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of disagreements happen because of miscommunication.
Yeah.
Miscommunication often happens because one person is trying to relay a message that the other person didn't receive.
Right.
Learning the person, you also learn how they receive messages. And so that it may shift in how you present your message. Because if your message is unclear, it was miscommunicated.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The second piece is, and I think this started for me, not focus on being right over the fruit of the relationship.
Right.
The relationship should always top you being right.
Right.
And so to me, that's humility. Because pride says, I want to be,
Oh yeah.
even when you're right,
Yeah.
I may have to say, for the sake of the relationship, you're right.
You're right. Yeah.
And then what it does is it gives that person grace to grow into, okay, they may, and it has happened,
Yeah.
come back and say, you were right about
Yeah.
so and so, but you give them the grace
Right.
to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I would say another piece is always stick to the problem and the purpose and not the personality. And a lot of times we get lost in that.
Yeah.
Purpose
Based on who the
Yeah.
presenter is or who, yeah, that's when, how they're presented and then to how we need to listen too. You can hear me, but are you really, and we said this in meetings before. I mean, I know you hear me because you're right there, but are you listening? And it's those are two different things,
Right.
and that's where the growth come in. Are you really, because that's how we get mixed messages, how people can interpret it a different kind of way. It's just because you didn't listen to what we were saying the first time. That's how that your opinion that you gathered was based off something that wasn't even a part of the deal. If you had been listening, you would have heard it. I didn't, my intent wasn't like that. So that's what the growth piece is.
Man, that's powerful.
Yeah, that's what the growth piece is.
I had another flashback. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So just here recently, I
Yeah,
think what you just said happened.
yeah, yeah,
Listening happened,
yeah.
and then the whole
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. We don't put our business out there like that, but it just hit me. Was that not it? That was it. That was it
in full display.
in full display. Who would have ever thought it would have played out that way?
I'm sorry, I had a flashback.
Yeah,
But-
I'm with you. It hit me too once you brought it back up. I'm like, oh my God, we just witnessed that.
I would have given you $10,000 and said that would have never happened.
Yeah, it's no
10
way.
times.
It's no way.
But it happened.
It happened.
And
But God.
it was God.
You're right
that-
about that.
that-
Yeah.
that to me as pastor, and it should have been a sign to you that people are watching us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. We can drop the mic, Doc. That
People are
was
watching us, and
that was it.
I think that to me literally changed the whole piece
Instantly.
both times.
Instantly.
Because I walked away saying
Did that just happen?
twice.
And how did that just happen? Yeah.
First, how?
Yeah.
What happened and how? Yeah.
Man, that was
yeah.
it.
So if being encouraged is a song,
Man, that was it.
you have played in my key.
And it's so crazy because we talked about that later, and it was like both of us just like, did that just really happen? And we were there,
I still can't believe it.
and I'm like, man, that ain't nothing but God right there. And then when we shared it with other leaders, they like, what? No way. But that's it.
And it really set the tone
Oh yeah,
for the second time.
that's right.
Here I am preparing.
Oh, you ain't need none of that.
None of it.
None of that.
None of it.
None of that. Man, you could have just threw the trump card out. You could have threw the big joker out first and been
Been done.
and been done with that.
So
Yeah,
again,
perfect
growth.
analogy. Yeah,
And to me, that's what grace is about.
mm-hmm.
That to me, that's what the grace of God is about.
Right.
He graces us daily. but we don't give each other the same grace
That's
that
it.
we receive.
That's
So,
it. That's
to me,
it, Pastor. Yeah.
I think that if anything, as far as advice to anybody that's pastoring or anybody that's serving in capacity of the deacon, please understand that you receive grace
Every day.
and give it.
You give it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll be amazed of the people that are watching as you perform and walk in the grace that God has graced you for. So I'm gonna swing this last one that we got right at the mark. So let's see if we can get one more in.
Okay. You want? I'll let you pick this time.
Okay.
I'll let you pick this time.
It's two good ones. So how have there been moments when we disagreed, and how did we handle those situations in a way that honored God and the church?
Well, when we disagreed in the beginning, and I'll be the first to admit that the way those disagreements were handled was not a godly way. It was not. I don't think we were so staunch on our views that once again we were talking, but I don't know if we were fully listening to what the other one was saying, and then we had to learn how to talk to each other, knowing that a mutual respect was in place. But the moment where the needle shifted for me is in talking with my brothers, and they don't really care about my feelings, that I'm who I think I am or whatever. They simply told me that perspective or where I was going was not my place. That in all honesty, you shouldn't have never been having that conversation in the first place. You were not called to be pastor of Mount Moriah. You are a servant. You are a deacon. So, in order for the pastor to be who God has called him to be, you shouldn't even put yourself in that light, in that situation. So I had to deal with that, and it was factual. I shot it at both of my brothers, trying to hopefully I get one of them to say something different, but both of them said the same exact thing. That is not your place. So and I didn't take it I didn't take a hit on self-esteem or anything, but I really had to ponder about structure, roles in the church, and I mean it's there. As leaders in the church, it's still at that same point. You're a leader at this church. God has granted you the grace to be a leader. That first of all, to work for Him is an awesome responsibility. But at the end of the day, you have to respect the call of the pastor. Duly voted on and selected by this church, but sent by God. And that was the other piece. As members, sometimes we get it. Well, I'm the one who hired you. I'm the one who set the rules right here. So how do we lose sight on the fact that God sends the preacher, which is clearly defined in the Bible? He sends them, anoints them, and appoints them for that place at that time.
Yeah.
So where did the alignment get misshaped? So when I looked at it in that way, it made the conversations and the give and take for me, it became better, because then we've been able to discuss things and
Right.
and And then a couple of times go, you say, well, you're right. Well, let's try this way.
Yeah.
And man, and it was just mind blowing and revealing when that continuity took place. Not that we always on the same page or agreeing, but just the way to talk in a way that we could hear each other out.
Yep.
And just come to a common ground, knowing that our goal is still the goal, and that's to grow the church and bringing people to Christ. So if you in all your conversation, if that's not the basis of what you're doing, then from pastor to deacon, you really just out of bounds.
Wow.
So that's how it came for me.
Wow. And it kind of points back to let them, but it really speaks on, and I want to invite you if you haven't, it really speaks on the book we're studying now.
Oh yeah, which is a great one. Yeah,
the I Factor.
Yeah.
So a little bit hard to read.
Yeah.
If you're not a reader, but my goal with this was, most people, I think communication breaks down because you're always looking at what that person's doing.
Right.
And then there are so many blind spots that we have that we can't see what we're doing. And so communication is a two-way street. Somebody's got to talk, somebody's got to listen, and you have to exchange those ideas. But if you're the one that's always right, if you're the one that's always got the mic, then that's not a conversation.
Right.
That's a monologue.
Yeah.
So again, kind of going back to the role, but I think you saying that, like, they helped to redefine what you thought the role was.
Right.
And I had to redefine on how my role would fit here.
Right.
Because coming from another church where I had reached that point of trust, because I think the power and I'm going to use power only for this part. The power to me is the influence. And I think that comes from the trust that you earn. So I redefine my view of trust. And I understand now that trust is earned, number one, but trust is built.
No
and
question.
You can gain it in driplets, but when it's lost in buckets.
Yeah.
And it only takes one. So being careful to make sure that I be the servant that I am and not try to be anything else has helped me tremendously, because if it's not about me, it's not about me. So your idea might be better.
Right.
But if I'm stuck in, I'm a pastor.
Yeah.
My way or the highway. If I'm stuck in that line of thinking.
Yeah.
It's gonna kill the unity, but it's also gonna kill the zeal that other people have to flesh out ideas or to roll up their sleeves and do work. So
yeah. And one thing I want to say about this pastor before we move on is that removing your feelings and the emotional part of it. I know I came way out field with it, but I'm here. You see what I'm saying? The feelings and the emotional piece, that is a huge, and we can do a whole show on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feelings and emotions.
The feeling and emotions.
Yeah, that's let them all
that's
that.
Yeah, that's let them, and that's how we get displaced and find ourselves dysfunctional. So in our next one, we need to make sure we hammer home on that piece right there.
Okay. Well, we're not out of message, but we are out of time tonight.
Yeah.
We have to share space. This is a church, and we are so happy that you have joined us.
Absolutely.
If you're just now joining us, the only solid we need from you is to hit the like button. That gets our views up, and to hit the share button. Place this view and this live stream in front of your audience. That's the only thing we're asking. Help your church, or help a church that may need the help, or a pastor or a deacon that may needs the encouragement, and maybe some tidbits, some texts that can make their church and their relationships better. That's all we ask. And that's it. So I'm going to ask Deke to pray this time. I prayed last time, and we're going to pray out of here, and we're going to love on you until we see you the next time. Would you do that?
Yeah, no question. But I would like to invite you to our services here on Sunday. If you can't get here in the flesh, all of our services are streamed. Our Bible study is streamed. We have a catalog where if you wanted to catch up on some of that, we can kind of make that available so that you could just get a little peek under the tent of where everything developed from. So we thank you for tuning in tonight, and we hope to that we can keep encouraging you to tune in again. So with that, I'll pray, and we will see you on the next time. God, we thank you. We thank you for tonight. We thank you for this vehicle you have given us to reach out to people beyond the walls, to let people experience true relationship growth in hopes that it'll enhance them to grow stronger and build in their faith. God, we want to, at the end of the day, we want to continue to encourage people to come to Christ. It's not about the walls. It's all about you and how we can help your people. So God, we ask that you continue to look over Mount Moriah, help us to grow as a church in ways that you would have us to grow. It's not about the number of people. It's all about the word, the work, and the worship.
Yes, Lord.
So God, we thank you for those things, and remind us that if we're not in the word, if we're not working for you, and if we're not bringing our best worship to church, then what are we doing? God, give us the strength and the faith to continue to grow in these ways. In your son Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. See you soon.
See y'all next week for episode 3. Peace.